Hi, this is Maribel from Learning in Wonderland. I am popping on to show you how to adhere my labels onto Sterilite bins and onto a toolbox. So this is one of the most commonly asked questions that I get. It's what I use to actually adhere the labels with. So I use Scotch double-sided permanent tape. It looks just like this. I highly suggest getting this kind because I have friends who have used different kinds, and the labels have popped off the bins. So this stuff I really trust and rely on. The labels will not be popping off if you use this kind right here. And I also started using this right here for my Sterilite bins because they're longer. I like to use this kind, and I threw away the box, but it'll be in a purple box. You can get these from Amazon, and I got them from Joann's. I used the 40% coupon. So in your stores, they might be called Zips, but my stores, I saw them and they were called Zots. So you can see right there, Zots, and they come in a little purple box. And if you ask people, like if you need help finding them, if you ask for glue dots, they'll point you in the right direction to find these. You can also use hot temperature glue guns to adhere them to the outside. It just depends on what you want. The hot permanent glue is a little more permanent. You will be able to get them off of there. I haven't personally tried them, so I can't really tell you exactly how hard it is to get them off of there. But this stuff is pretty easy to get off, and it does stay on as long as you need it to stay on. So those are the two things that I really recommend using. That's what I use. So let's talk about the toolbox. The toolbox is from the Stack On brand, and I got them from, I got them from Lowe's, but you can also find them at Home Depot and Amazon. So the drawers, I think it has 22 drawers. It has these larger ones and the little ones. To get your labels on here, let's see. It's a pretty simple process. I have the large labels and I have these little labels right here. The large ones go on large ones, the little goes on the little ones. They go on like that. You can also put them on the inside. It's up to you. I prefer to put them on the outside because the colors are brighter on the outside, but it's totally your preference. So all I do is I get the tape and I get some, and I can either put them on the outside here or on the top and the bottom. It's totally up to you. So sometimes I'll even do like one sideways and one going up and down. It totally depends on your take. I do like to cover every edge. It just depends on my mood for the day. It's not really anything specific that I like to do, but I like to just get every edge on here. The bottom doesn't matter because it won't be catching on to anything like that. You get it and you stick them on just like that. And I've had toolboxes where I just put the tape on this side and this side over here, the opposite sides, and they've stuck on for a few years without any problems. So it's totally up to you, but that's all I had to do to get them onto the little drawers. Then for the bigger drawers, I do the same thing. I'll put it on this side and this side, and you can play with yours and see what you like best. I do suggest getting it as close to the edge as possible. That way if you catch on it by accident, it won't pull the label off. So I just get it on the edge right there. And then another one on the edge right there. And if you want to, you can put one in the middle. And there's a toolbox in my room right now that I've had for about 3 or 4 years. And the labels are not popping off of it. There you go. This stuff holds on really tight, and I just press it into place, and there you have it. And it looks so cute on the outside so that the colors can really show through. So that's those right there. Then for my Sterilite bins, and sorry, they're really close up. I couldn't get another angle to work here. For the Sterilite bins, I like to get these from Amazon, Walmart, let me see where else, and craft stores like Joann's and Hobby Lobby, and I like to use coupons there to get them. I bet you if you ask your friends, they'll have a ton too that they can donate for your classroom. I like to get them from there because they still have the clear kind. where they're not ridged. If you go to Target, you'll see the kind that have ridges on them. And there's two reasons I don't like those. I don't like them because when you want to put them on the inside, the design doesn't show through very well because of the ridges. And then the other reason is because if you put them on the outside, when you adhere it, the labels are going to pop off because they're ridged. So you want a nice smooth surface so the tape can actually hang on to it like that. And then the other reason is because sometimes they have a little white handle here. And if you put the design like right there, you'll see the handle pop out. And I kind of don't like that personally. So I like to get the one with a completely clear drawer. So I already stuck one on here. As you can see, it's holding on pretty tightly. So it's not popping off at all. And then you won't really be touching the middle lever, but I do like it to be snug in there. I'm going to show you how I did that. And you won't really be touching this area because you'll be pulling the drawer apart. But let me show you how I did that. So you get your label, just like that. And these labels are included in my newest Let's Get Organized pack with my toolbox designs and Sterilite bins. And I have different designs included in there. So what you do is you cut one about the length of the side here. So I'll put it, again, close to the edge. Oops. There's one side there. I'll get the other side over here. And if you want to reinforce it a little more, you can add another piece right about there. And another one right about there. And then here's the newest thing I started using. This is the Zots that I was telling you about. I like to use these to hang on to the middle part of it. What I noticed is if I put tape all along the whole thing, when I taped it on, because this is not perfectly smooth and it's not perfectly straight, what happened was if I got this side straight and this side straight, this part of the label would end up going a little bit crooked, and it really annoyed me. It would also pop off over here. So I started looking for other alternatives, and this has worked really well. So it gives you a little bit of give so that it's it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but you still have that little groove right there, which makes it look nice and snug there. So I get the Zots, and you can just get it with your finger, with your finger there, and just stick it on, or you can actually just use it right from the actual paper. So that's what I just like to do. I just stick it on there and just pull the paper back. Oops, I got an extra one on there. It's not really a big deal. And there you go. If there's a little bit of on there, it's not a big deal. If you prefer to use more than one, feel free. There's no real rule for this, just something to hang on tight in this section here. Now what I do is I get it and I center the label where I want it. It's kind of close to the top of the ridge there. Just make sure it's straight. Then I just worry about the sides of it. So I get it and I stick on the sides of it just like that. And then finally I go ahead and push this down. So like I said, because it has it's like a little bit bubbly, it's a little thick right there, it gives it some wiggle room so that it doesn't have to be perfectly flush against it, but it still looks flush, which is what I love. So it has enough give so that the label can be perfectly straight across here without it actually being flush across here, right up against the drawer. Like I said, if you do that, what happens is the label goes a little bit off and it goes a little crooked, and I don't like the crooked labels. So do the sides and then finally pop in the center part of the label there. And there you have it. Like I said, these labels are included in my pack. I'll have those in the links to those in my blog post. You can also find them in my store. And I have lots of different designs. My store name is Learning in Wonderland. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, and you can email me, contact me through the blog or my TPT store, and I'll get back to you. Thank you. Goodbye.